With Black Clover coming to an end, all the folks out there are not happy with the news. Until now, we've got mixed feelings about the series. Some say it's cool, some are negative like their lives, and some say that if Fairy Tail and Naruto had a child, it would be Black Clover. I quote the anime, we understand your feelings. However, this video is about the folks who appreciate the action and magic-packed adventure series. If you want to watch some other epic anime like Black Clover, you're in the right place. So without further ado, let's get the party started. Number 16, we have World Trigger. The world of World Trigger revolves around an unusual kid named Yuma. At first glance, you might think he's just another ordinary kid, but that's not the case. Unlike Asta, Yuma is too overpowered to be in their universe in the first place. Not as stupidly overpowered as Saitama from One Punch Man, but it is what it is. Yuma faced adversity in a different way. All higher-ups and people from their departments treat him differently just because he's overpowered. In addition to that, Asta and Yuma have unusual powers that they themselves didn't know of exactly. Talk about being brutally similar. Both protagonists are on the hunt to find their purpose in life. So if you enjoy an overpowered version of Black Clover, you can always count on World Trigger. And number 15, we have Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. In the mecha genre, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann is probably the most popular one out there. If you're coming from Black Clover, you might miss that beautiful artwork and fighting scenes, but the storyline itself is so interesting that it keeps the fans entertained. Just like Black Clover, you're going to look at one of the finest animations with awesome fighting scenes. The main character has the same vibes as Asta. Losing hope? That don't exist here, bruh. Like, just look at the eyes of Simon from Tengen Toppa series. Don't you see that tough demeanor? Like, he's tough. The resemblance is uncanny, my dids. And number 14, we have Akashic Records of the Bastard Magic Instructor. You heard that right. I'm not gonna say it again. Radar's is the laziest magic sensei you will ever see. That reminds me of someone from the Black Clover series. I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. Yup, Captain Yami. A world where everyone wants to become the best magician out there, Glenn Radar's is what they receive. This calm, composed sensei is hated for his chill character, but when it comes to the action, he consistently and constantly surprises everybody. Akashic Records of the Bastard Magic Instructor is yet another underrated fantasy anime that not a lot of people are aware of. Top-notch fan service? You heard it here first. Just kidding. No, okay, yeah, whatever. And number 13, we have The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes incorporates alpha stigmas, who are the magicians that can use all the properties of magic. Seems interesting, right? However, they are hated by people who think that the alpha stigmas are destructive. When we think about the hate factor, Asta is always hated for not having any magic, even after he joined the Black Bulls. The Devil Bearer explains it very well. In essence, both anime's characters always get hate for whatever they basically do. Like, tell me about it. This is like living with my parents right now. It's just unbelievable. No matter what I do, it just ain't right. No right turns. And number 12, we have Toaru Majutsu no Index. Toaru Majutsu no Index revolves around the magical fantasy world that includes some of the sexiest action scene we've seen in a while. While the animation might not be on par with what Black Clover has to offer, it's not as terrible as Seven Deadly Sin. And that's not even a joke, guys. Like, that's serious. Tuma from the series is probably the most similar to Asta, as he can use anti-magic powers in a world full of magicians. Receiving a lot of hate for being so unique, the world just wouldn't let this bad boy live, man. Like, let the bad boys live, come on. But Tuma is no slouch either. He knows when and how to just flip out. Shokugeki no Soma. Becoming the Wizard King? Hell no. The Magic Chief? Hell yeah. While the anime is not directly comparable to Black Clover, Suma from Shokugeki no Soma share similar traits. They both are losing at one moment, and in the other they magically start to win. Like, let's go, that's my boy. When we talk about fighting and becoming the best, Asta and Suma are all up for badass action. It's almost like they're addicted to all that hard work, you know what I mean? But that's not the focus here. If you love food, which by the way literally every human being does, you would love the series. Number 10, we have one of the best anime in my personal, biased, loving, caring opinion is number 10, Haikyuu. Haikyuu teaches us the importance of teamwork and loyalty. I was just watching Haikyuu like the other day, and it reminded me of how similar Hinata and Asta are. Like, they literally have rhyming names with each other. Hinata, Asta.
Wait a minute!
But if it's the loudness contest, I'm sure these two will be formidable opponents. Like, we don't know who's louder. Both short in height as well, another commonality. And number 9, we have ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴍᴇʀ. I don't even know if I said that right. On the deeper level, ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴍᴜ and Black Clover have a lot in common, starting from the story itself to the main characters. Both have excellent character development. I love that about Black Clover, honestly. Hence, if you need something similar to like Black Clover while sticking to the magic genre, ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴑᴜ might be your tea. Asta and Mofan are considered useless in the anime. They worked up their way and now they're struggling to become the best, not letting other people's opinion phase them. Mofan and Asta are motivated to the core, and I'm not talking about the usual Gary V type of motivation. Okay, I'm just kidding. I love Gary V. That was a joke. I literally love that guy. But seriously though, if you're all about badass action and gradual character development, ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴑᴜ is an excellent series to watch. At number 8, we have Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry. Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry revolves around the main character who's considered a failure. Ikki Kurogane is overpowered in reality, however, due to lack of a specific ability, he is considered worthless or a misfit in this timeline. Both the main characters, like Asta, have swords as their primary weapon, and both are suffering from a lack of recognition. In reality, both Asta and Ikki are powerful enough to shake the world, but this discrimination thing is like real even in anime apparently. And if you care about spicy ecchi scenes mixed in with like the best action, then this series might be the best mini anime series you'll watch to this date. Number 7, we have a famous one called Owari no Seraph. Owari no Seraph is ideal for Black Clover fans. Now the reasons, well, first of all, they're both published by the same publisher, Shueisha. I don't think I said that right. Secondly, the main characters are all about putting their best shot to fight the resistance. While Black Clover is more about magic, Owari no Seraph revolves around demons and vampires. Another excellent similarity incorporates the fact that both characters are adoptive brothers that are... Alright, I won't spoil anything, just watch the series, you know what I'm saying? Number 6, we have Yukoku no Moriarty, which is a perfect example of excellent main character development. The whole anime series revolves around classifying powers and how the average citizen gets stomped by the powerful. Being engulfed in this discriminated world, the main characters are trying their best to change this unfair trend. Both stories have the same building point. In Yukoku no Moriarty, nobles act superior and make the weak work for them. Moreover, the main characters are also average human beings, making it a similar storyline. Nobles stomping Asta for being a peasant. Damn, our boy Asta has seen a lot of rough times, you know? Number 5, we have Kingdom. Kingdom and Black Clover incorporate the two main characters who are fighting to become the best versions of themselves. Now, I've said this like a million times in my videos, but once you start watching Kingdom, you get an idea of what being the ideal version of yourself really means. It means fighting infinite enemies with unmatched struggles to achieve what the MCs want. Raishin, the warrior who's extremely hot-headed like Asta, is out there to rule his army. Along with his brother, Raishin is fighting to be on top of the world. And number 4, we have Breakblade. If you're into the mecha genre, this is another excellent anime like Black Clover. It just offers so much action and sick animation that other anime won't. Breakblade has a great story that revolves around war, unmatched fighting scenes, and most of all, that sleek character design. It just blows everyone's minds away. Arrow and Asta are suffering from the same cause, no magical powers. Even without the natural talent though, do you think these badasses will stop? Hell nah. Watch them as they become the goats. And number 3, we have Yu Yu Hakusho. That's right, the famous and one of the classics. Not your usual trash, this anime has hands down one of the best action series out there. Yusuke is the main protagonist of the series. Similar to Asta, he started from the bottom and now he's here, where paving the way to come upon a recognizable level where the whole world starts admiring them. Or maybe not, because there are so many plot twists in Yu Yu Hakusho. But trust me when I say you won't regret watching this unbelievable of a series. And number 2, we have Saint Seiya. Saint Seiya has one of the most unique aesthetics. While it may seem too bright, the story isn't. Not your usual cookie cutter action series where the story is linear. The Gemini Saga is very much like squad captains from Black Clover. Saint Seiya has knights just like Black Clover. The difference is that these knights are saints, but Black Clover has magic magical knights. You'll occasionally say Mada Mada from the main character's mouth and it gives the same vibe, but I'm sure that Pegasus Seiya isn't as annoying as Asta at times maybe. Alright ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion at the #1 position is Fire Force. It's always enjoyable to see our MCs working hard to achieve what they want in life. It's an ongoing anime with a lot of similarities when it comes to Black Clover. Action, adventure, uniqueness, you name it. The Fire Force has everything that you would desire. Now, the one uniqueness that Fire Force has is its artistic representation of the manga, which can be sometimes hard to follow, but if you can get your eyes around it, it gets better and better and more enjoyable. When you watch Fire Force, the whole friendly environment makes it rather similar to Black Clover, and it really surpasses Black Clover in many ways. A must watch, I must say, especially the fighting scenes and the characters' emotions. I would easily want to cry while watching Shinra talking about his dark past. That's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Let me know what your favorite anime is in the comments and which ones you would like us to make recommendations for. It's your boy Ernie Senpai signing out. Later.